actually hilarious because they let us still have his reaction where he's doing the scrying orb and he sees the two lizards just going at it. He's like, what the fuck? And just immediately turns the scrying orb off. Like, Lord, what's wrong? Nothing. Nothing. Just turns the plate off. Cool. I totally did not just see two lizards banging.
Oh my.
Yep.
I made it to Neverland.
I remember the internet reaction to that moment, by the way.
I was about to say, that was a fun day on the internet the day after that aired.
Because so many people had before then been complaining that they're seeing too much lizard people fucking, and they basically went, I didn't want to see it, literally!
And then the literal lizard people fucking happened, and everyone was like, oh my god. Are these people actively watching the internet? No, I'm happy because next season's supposed to have all the slice of life vignette stuff from the shorter novel.
Oh, then there's a crazy. There's the
like
crazy
the
princess.
Yeah, the crazy princess. But no, we're gonna get like all the slice of life vinaigrette stuff that was in. I think it was volume 6 of the novel. That was just a series of mini stories. That was just here's a day in the life of the two Nazarick. It just kept following. It would just pick like one character just falls to their daily routine, all the random shenanigans they get up to.
So we'll probably have an episode involving that penguin butler.
I want that more. I need more Penguin Butler. Penguin Butler is probably one of my favorite characters for some reason. That's so unexpected.
Okay,
there's a Penguin Butler, and he's a megalomaniac who wants to become the head butler. It's great.
Take this away from Overlord for a second.
I know.
So how many fucking episodes are there for the second season of that D&D podcast?
Oh, Keep at the table? I think there's about as many as there was for season 1.
No, because I saw while I was watching episode 5 last night. I saw that there's 17. Is that a joke, or is there really that many?
I think there was that many. In total, there's in total counting the two one-offs and the for some reason they counted the time they got given a card game to demo at the table instead of doing D&D one day. There's 30 some odd episodes of At the Table. Also, we're coming up into a period where for the next couple of weeks they're gonna kind of going on and off of one-offs because it's convention season starting up, and so there's gonna be just random weeks where just 1 or 2 people are gonna be missing. So they're gonna be doing a lot of off-week one-offs. So if you do catch up, there are 18 episodes in the second season.
Oh, okay, Peter. I am on episode 6. A lot second season.
I'll be keeping up with the. I'm surprised they finally are doing the last season of Full Metal Panic.
Oh, you mean the one I'm
How are you
completely
enjoying
ignoring?
so far the anime you refuse to admit publicly you enjoy?
What anime?
Shut the fuck up, Formula.
What anime?
Don't bring it up.
We talk about it privately because he doesn't want to admit that he watches it, even though half the people in here have admitted to watching it.
Cardcaptor Sakura? Is that it?
No.
It's more adult-oriented.
the only one that came out this season?
I completely forgot that Tinkerbell just ups and kicks Donald right in the bill.
I mean, everyone comes and stomps.
I mean, I don't know if it's not one this season. Well, Spirit Pack, Bond of the Underworld, the really, really gay show, that one? That was
Can we
decent.
not try guessing at it?
No.
I'm genuinely curious now because I am waiting for the severely underwhelming reaction from Neotime when we finally get it right, just for the disappointment in Formula Fox.
The Surmay Pretty Derby, the one about horse girls, that's decent.
Nope.
Give me a clue.
Wait, what?
Yeah, there's one about horse girls.
Here's the thing, I'm not going to confirm or deny whether he gets it right or not, except to say that he hasn't gotten it right so far. Because as much as I'm trying to get Walter not being a fucking pussy,
actually, I do enjoy that show.
Wait.
The innuendo.
There's an anime about saying horse girls.
No,
what type of
actual horse girls?
The kind with horse ears and tails. but they
Okay.
do things that horses do.
Their
Like,
whole
run horse
thing
races.
is their races. They're horse races.
Yeah,
The whole
they
show,
run actual horse races,
and they're
What?
celebrated.
and they may or may not be sent off to glue factories.
No, they're not. because
Daryl
they
and
already
Friends.
showed
Yeah,
them get
I truly
injured.
admit I watched that.
Yeah, no,
Well,
they already
stopped
showed
watching
them
after
get
that.
injured, and they don't get sent off. To
Is
glue
it
factories.
killing
No,
bites?
they're
Because the bit where they
apparently-
cut off that snake's hemipene is pretty amazing.
Speaking of animal girls relevant to Red Fox's potential interest, the new season of High School DxD has debuted a Kitsune Lolly.
I don't care. I refuse
I
to
said it
watch.
was relevant to Red Fox's interest, not yours, you dumbass.
I refuse to watch High School of the Dead in any shape, form, or
I
fashion.
didn't say High School of the Dead. I said High
It's
School.
High School DxD.
Isn't that the same type of series?
No,
Aside from the fact that they're both very ecchi, no.
Oh, fair enough.
High School
about zombies and one isn't.
DxD is.
High School DxD is actually kind of good beyond just the fan service.
Yeah, I actually enjoy the story of it.
It does have a legitimately good story, is very much hooks you with the fan service, holds you in with the story. And it is available dubbed, very good dub, on Funimation streaming service. But you can only
And
watch
it's good.
the first one for
It's
free.
Magic
actually
Girl Ori, is that the one we're not admitting to watching? Because I refuse to watch that one as well. Let's see here.
know that one.
It's another one of the anti-Magic Girl ones where apparently she
Nope,
transformed.
I've never actually seen any of those.
Yeah. There was a really good one. Oh God,
Nope, a Magic
Girl Racing Project. That one was really
That was
good,
good.
but otherwise I haven't seen any that are decent.
I haven't seen too many Magic Girl anime, just because, well, I haven't.
I'll be 100% honest. I watched the Gambit. I watch everything from.
If it's not on Toonami, I tend not to watch it simply because I just don't have the time.
Yeah.
I watch everything from boy love anime, which some of them are decent. Some of them really make me just go, okay, no, you're too gay for me. To fucking silly shit like I can never pronounce it. Hinamasuri. Oh, that's a decent show. I like a lot of stuff. I don't stop at a certain genre when it comes to watching anime. Whatever piques my interest.
Nor does any scene.
In ancient Baghdad,
Yeah, I mean, I watch all different types of anime. I just don't care for a lot of the mech anime, especially when there's kids piloting in it, because it's really just the Gundam series just pisses me off too much.
To each their own.
Unless there's a good reason for the kid to be piloting it.
Citrus? Is that it? Is it
Get like
Citrus?
Ava.
Is it Citrus? The one
Ava
that
was okay.
Yeah, I've seen Citrus.
Is it the
fucked
one?
up,
No,
but
okay,
okay.
no, he admitted to it, so that can't be it. Because I didn't
Look.
watch Citrus, because the
Look,
entire.
the premise is fucking weird, but it's a drama that is fascinating.
Whose guilty pleasure are you trying to guess again?
Neotags, apparently.
flying horse.
I kind of lost track.
Yo, guy over here. That
Yeah, guy you used to hate, and I'm glad to see you're actually getting along right now.
I don't really care for any of you, but that's fine.
I was referring specifically to Seawall and Red Fox.
Yeah, whatever.
Where the hell am I? And where?
Noragami?
Something down
Because
here.
if you're ashamed of Noragami, then that's
never
fine.
heard of it.
You should watch it. Unfortunately, it looks like we're never going to get a third season of it because one of the sound editors put in apparently a copyright sutra, I believe they called it,
Oh, here we go.
in the cleansing scene, and the copyright holder didn't give a shit till like the second season DVDs was out, so they had to stop. They had to bring all the DVDs back. They had to make new copies without that sound effect, and then they had to put it back out, and it sold terribly. It's still immensely popular, but Bones will likely never make the third season, and that's really sad. It was a really good show.
All because someone was a cunt.
Well, no, he didn't. He apparently did not know it was copyrighted.
Wait,
Oh.
why can't Donald fly? He's a duck.
Donald's never been able to fly. Get over it. He's not Daffy. Daffy's the one that flies.
Also, that's a completely different company.
Daffy's the duck that actually gets to fly. Disney would never let Donald fly for some reason.
Plus, Daffy's from here.
The treasure is now before you.
Yeah,
Oh, you know what's
Daff-
an adorable little series?
Monster Moon? Is that the one you refused to admit to? Because that was actually a decent series.
Never seen it.
Okay.
It was not a decent series unless all you give a shit about is fan service.
No, I like the
Pussies.
interactions between all the monster girls and the guy. I like the tension. How half of them want to bone him, but they all know he'll get in trouble. They won't get in trouble, but he'll get in trouble.
They're actually
Yeah, but they throw out that
series
rule
I-
pretty quickly. And
No, they don't. No, throughout the entire series, he can't touch any of them. He never
yes, they
gets
can.
to.
Miss Smith brings in midway through the series that they're rescinding it as an experiment for him alone.
Oh boy, that's gonna make.
He never gets any. That's the problem.
Well, it's part of the genre.
There was another really good Monster Girl show. It was about an older teacher who's a Monster Girl fanatic, and he's
Interview with
teaching at a
Monster
high
Girls.
school. Yeah, what did you say?
Interview with Monster Girls.
Oh God, yes, that show. It was so
That's
good.
on my list of shit to watch, but I haven't gotten around to it.
Oh, you've got to watch it. It is such a
Is
good
that the
it
one
never
where he gets boarded with a bunch of monster girls?
No, that's Monster Mooney. It never gets pervy with the high school girls. In fact, they try to hit on him and he turns them down. It's such a good show because it's all about solving their unique problems in creative ways and helping them grow. It's actually about development, not about, ooh, he's a buff teacher, we should bone him. Is it Yuri on Ice? Because I'll accept if you don't want to.
No, I will flat out tell you, I am not joking around. It is not Yuri on Ice.
I will not blame you for not admitting that you watched it, but I will kind of be like, dude, grow up, be masculine. It's not a problem that you like that.
That's my
show.
same reasoning for trying to get him to stop being a pussy and admit what it is.
A hilarious line of.
Whose are you trying to?
Oh, for the 5th fucking time, you retard!
Is everyone talking? I just didn't hear.
Is it How to Keep a Mummy? Because that's weird that you wouldn't agree.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, fair enough. That's a really good show. It's another one I watched.
Look, Neotag, you're probably not going to guess it.
I'm just going down the line now. Is it Recovery of an MMO Junkie? 'Cause I can fully understand you.
Never heard of it.
Fair enough. Is it the little girl Nazi one? Because yeah, that one is a little weird. Saga.
yeah.
Anya the Evil.
Yeah.
That's a good series. I'll freely admit I watched that.
I'll be honest. I kind
Where's the
of
save
like
point?
it at the same time. Every time it feels like they're going with the actual history of it, because that's what I was looking for. I want them to go with the actual history without actually calling it Nazi Germany, without calling it America, and it feels like that's what they're doing at the end of the season. But it feels like it's America's about to enter the fray and you're fucked.
Well, it's more World War I, World War II mashup.
No, the history and the battles are all World War I. The problem is they're bringing in technology that's long past World War II. Those tanks with the slanted armor are actually not World War II tanks.
There were some tanks
Where
with
am I
slow
going?
back then.
They are after World War II tanks. They're Cold War tanks, and it's weird, but it's there.
Oh no, I don't have you.
Is it the Roa's work is
The
never
Russians have
done?
slow
Because I
tanks.
dropped that one. Cause
Never heard of it.
They got too long creepy. So my hints are, you don't admit to it because it's too etchy for some way. And
That
Echo?
doesn't limit anything down.
is it Keijo, the one about the girls battling with their
Never heard of it.
butts?
Never heard of it. I would never watch. I would.
What
never
about
watch that.
Aiko?
Because that's
Never heard of
actually
that.
an interesting one, Keijo. I liked it.
What about Aiko? The one where everyone is like fucking double Z cup.
No. Never heard of it.
Anybody who's watched iKid only watches it to laugh at how fucking retarded it is.
You know what, Formula?
Icon, that's how you pronounce it.
I'll answer you publicly. No, I am. It is too much fun trying to guess this.
Welcome back.
I'm just. Oh, there's Interview with Monster Girl. There you are. I really hope you get a second season. It was a lot of fun.
I am yours.
Can't get that door open.
God,
Where's the save point?
Ushio and
It is
Tora?
worth
No, I can't.
it is worth having him try to guess just because it does lead to interesting random conversation at the end that we have.
Oh yeah, I have a long laundry list of anime I've watched, and it's clear a few of you are really interested in some of these shows. Is it Ushio and Tora? Because that was a really good one.
Okay,
Yeah,
now you're
that
going
was a
into
really
something
good
I've
I was
never
a little
even heard
surprised to see that pop up like 20 years after its OAV.
Oh, they made a 39 video series, and it's really
I know. I saw the original OAV back in the day, but I have not
of.
watched
Where
it.
is the save point?
You should. It's still on Crunchyroll right now, but you never know when it will get knocked off. I've rewatched
Not
it a
anytime
few
soon,
times.
since it has a U.S. Distribution and dub.
Is it Drifters? Because I swear to God, if you somehow are ashamed of Drifters,
Never heard of it.
you need to- Drifters is really fucking good, and it's got one of the best opening songs I've ever seen. And the only reason I'm scared when it gets a second season, because I know it will, is that they're gonna pick a song that's not as good as the song. They picked a unknown
I
American
mean, like they did
band.
with Overlord.
Yeah, they picked an unknown American band. It's called Throttle, Gospel of the Throttle, and it's a really good opening song.
Is this the way I need to go?
I've
No.
posted it a few times
Damn it.
in the Vidya and stuff.
Where do I need to go?
Talk about good openings. Is it Nambuska? I mean,
Never heard of
Namba? Nambika?
Never heard of it.
About the 4 prisoners who always escape from the Supermax prison and all their funny hijinks?
Maybe it's
Never heard of that one.
Oh, it's a really good one. No.
Nope, that one's locked.
It gets a little serious in the middle, but it always keeps that silly edge it has. Never watched Prison School, so I don't know if it's that one.
I've heard of that one, never seen it.
I tried to watch that. Oh my god.
I've seen
There it
clips.
is.
I like it
alright,
when I've seen clips.
I don't need to see it because I already know what it is. It is literally, I want to make a hentai. Well, we can't fund a hentai. What if I tone it down just a bit? No hardcore. Okay. We'll fund it.
You're getting old.
And you would think that could
Doctor.
actually make for something entertaining.
Oh, it
but
does. There's
doesn't.
a few of them. There's a few of them that I've watched over the past that have
Well,
been really
it-
good
that-
like that.
That's my point. You would think that would make it enjoyable because they would have to fill in the toning down with, actual plot instead
No,
of plot
instead
and
they
quotes.
just use. Apparently, they
Take
just
all the
use
items.
sadomasochism.
Yeah, it's bad. I don't even see how somebody who's into that stuff can enjoy this because it's just terrible.
2 anime you should mention, but you probably don't. It's not them. Is Spirit Fox Matchmaker? It's a Chinese show. I've really
Alright.
enjoyed it.
I
And
looked at a
Restaurant
bit
to
of
Another
it, not
World
that
is probably
good.
not it.
I think next time we will see the last world.
Is it 07 Ghost? Because that's another one of those.
Until then, good night.
That's
Have a
another
good
one of
night,
those
folks.
boy love animes that I understand you not admitting to, but was
Never
actually
seen
really
that
good.
one. Never even heard of it.
Yeah, 07 Ghost is the last thing I watched at Databayo, the illegal subgroup that I used to. And then they basically put a message on their website like, "We're taking everything down. We fully support the legal sub movement, and this is our
Formula, do you
statement."
want to give him a hint?
We've already talked about
On
it
the don't.
tonight.
We have.
Yep.
Have I guessed it?
I will see you guys
No,
later.
it was,
I
it
gotta
was not part of
do
your
stuff.
guess.
See you around.
Fair enough.
From
I'd like to
Hell's
point
Heart,
out, I sent
stabbed
Seawall a
him.
private message saying I'm not apologizing for this shit, and all he responded
Kill
with
you.
was, yes.
I mean, not for nothing, Seawall and Formula, but you've gotten a lot of hints for good anime you should watch. I
think that's
love-
one of the reasons we're still tolerating this shit.
I love recommending anime to people. I will give you a little quick summary of it. If it interests you, watch it. If you don't give a shit.
Are you coming?
I love
There's
giving.
also other anime I'm kind of ashamed of watching that you probably won't guess because they're very obscure.
I mean, you never know. I used
hipster glass.
And I haven't even talked to Formula about them, so...
Is it Sailor Moon Crystal? Because I didn't watch it either, but from what I understand, it was decent.
No time to waste.
No, never seen it.
We didn't talk about that tonight.
I'm just going down the list now. I don't care.
We have to get past our Cybermen.
No, I'm down the list now. I'm talking about things that are 2-3 seasons ago. How long ago was this made? I mean, released.
Still
It's
being
still
made.
going.
Still ongoing.
Specialist
Really?
Further hint, its dub is 3 episodes into its new season.
Oh, you guys giving it away at that point.
Like on Toonami, because that's the only place.
This would never survive on Toonami.
No, this was not even on Adult Swim.
Because the only dubs I care about are Toonami dubs. So sorry about that. 3 episodes in. No, everything's a good. Everything on Crunchyroll is good.
Its dub is only 3 episodes in. I think the sub is like 5 or 6.
6.
Then I have no idea because every dub on the show. Wait, High School DX Hero? Because that's the only one that's at 5 right now. 5, 6. Full Metal Panic.
I watched that and I enjoy it.
Fair enough. Let's see. I'm looking at the current anime and seeing what the fuck is between 5 and 6 right now because there's not very much. Not that many.
Extra ball is lit.
I mean, you don't know Guma yet is at 6, but that's like a.
From Hell's
That's one of those animes that's produced by the prefecture. We're like, yeah, we want to use this to promote tourism. And then it's constantly about this one guy who moved there, who's being suspected of not being a normie and being fucking harassed. I'm like, wow, that's really how you want to do this? No, I don't care about you.
We have to catch
Why are
Missy.
you silent?
Never heard of that Gomu, whatever the hell that was, to be completely honest.
Oh, I guess I picked it out and you guys were just really quiet. I don't care.
What?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
guessed it correctly,
it's
and we
gonna be
said
sexy.
nothing, and you just moved on like it was nothing.
Yes, I'll be honest. The
Too.
real point of this is not to fucking guess what your secret shame is. It's to be like, yeah, these are all the good anime. These are all the good anime that are going on right now.
It's actually a
Anybody
certain
interested in
genre
talking about them?
I am somewhat ashamed of watching some of them.
Yeah, it's the thing is, this is a very good anime. He just doesn't want to admit it because he's a pussy.
So it's strong feelings. Tell us how you really feel.
I can
Oh,
understand
I
not wanting to
discovered
admit to
something
watching
about the game
hentai,
that's
but
making me
this
hilarious.
is not hentai.
No, it's not.
I mean, I'd admit to watching hentai, but I don't remember any of the names of the titles, so you'd have to point it out to me first, and they'd be like, yeah, I watched that one.
Well, the problem with doing that is that any description we make would probably apply to about 38,000 different hentai.
That's why you'd have to pick out the name and be like, did you watch this? And then show me a picture like, yeah, I watched that. It was weird.
A lot of hentai's weird.
That's
But that's
the point.
Japan for you because of all the weird porn laws.
Which were
I
the
mean,
result of
Star
American
Blazers-
occupation.
Star Blazers is doing a full rework of everything now. They released the
I'm
The
I'm
old-
watching that.
they
Oh, really?
released the old one. Crunchyroll released the old one and timed it for the new one to come out.
2202.
Yeah, 2202 is the new show that came out, and they're like, no, how about this? How about we show the old show, the remake, as a weekly show, and then just go straight into the new show?
Funimation's doing the same thing.
Yeah. Well, that's because Crunchyroll and
that's awesome. I need to go start watching that.
Star Blazers?
Yeah, I binged that series.
I haven't watched that in forever.
Yeah, they did the remake 21.99, and they showed all 26 episodes, and they're now 3 episodes into the new show 2202.
Oh, by the way, I can't recommend enough. If you can find a copy, if you can find it somewhere, watch the 2010 Space Battleship Yamato live action movie. It was really well done.
I hate live action anime movies. It's just
I normally do as well, but this one was really, really well done. It was a great abridged telling of the original.
Tweets thrown.
Don't watch it dubbed though. They did a good
Formula.
job on the voices, but they did
because you already know one of my shames. I will give you the name of another one that it's not nearly as good as the first shame I've got, but what's the best way to describe it? Fascinating world, storytelling not nearly as good.
Oh, I can tell you of a terrible.
Just described probably 70% of all anime.
I can tell you of a terrible anime that was supposed to sell a smartphone game that did a terrible job. Last period, The Journey to the End of Despair. It drops you.
Ever heard of that one, Formula?
No.
It drops you
BRB
into
motherfuckers.
it drops you into the middle of its world, and the anime can't get away from the fact that it's pay to win. So every episode showcases another way that it's a pay to win game, and the comments are filled with pay to win, pay to win, pay to win. I love it. Don't I already have? Oh fuck. Is it free on Steam? Oh, Red's not fucking here.
Nope, he left.
Is what free on Steam?
He just put in Guns of Icarus Online is free for
Yes,
a
it's on
limited time.
Steam. He put in the fucking Steam link.
That doesn't mean anything.
It means it's free on Steam.
Pretty sure I have Guns of
Neotag would
Icarus.
only know that if you clicked on it.
I don't
Yes,
click.
it is. It's
I'll be back. I gotta go tell my fucking nephew about this. He likes that game, but he doesn't have it.
it's the Alliance version of Guns of Insurance. That's free.
No, I looked it up and it's both.
No,
Guns of
Well, only
Icarus
three-
Online as well as Guns of Icarus Alliance. They're both free.
well, the thing that told me it was free with a few other games that were free, only told me only linked to the Gun of Icarus Alliance.
Here's,
Yeah.
I want to ask a question, but at the same time, I'm like,
Go ahead.
it's gotta be obvious. This is an MMO, right?
I'm guessing I haven't played. I just sold it off. All I know is that
Team-based multiplayer co-op.
at one point I had it through a bundle, but gave it off because I didn't want it. They also had a costume DLC. I forget for what it was for. The costumes were.
Also, though Neo's not here, I will freely admit that I did watch High School of the Dead. There were ways to improve that series. There were ways to improve it significantly. Cut the edgy shit. Slightly better characterization.
No Matrix titties.
Exactly. But yeah, Formula, that other series I listed, it's on Crunchyroll. It's other than not being very good with characterization or story, fascinating world.
That describes, like I said, 70% of all anime.
Yeah. It's an urban fantasy. Actually, sci-fi urban fantasy.
I'm done.
I'll come back.
So, no, I've been trying to build up the boys' Steam libraries, even if they don't have the computer to run them all. Oldest is already in the top percentile. He has over 100 games for Steam accounts. And twins are close to 50. So, they'll be in the top percentile, too. Which I don't really care for, but I find funny that there's three computer accounts in this house that are in that. I find it weird that so many Steam accounts only own like 1 or 2 games.
It's because most Steam accounts are not really active.
Which I find so weird. It's such a low hassle program.
Here's the thing: most people don't own a lot of games, or if they do, they mostly own them on consoles.
You've just crossed over into the Twilight Zone.
We shall purge the console peasants given time.
I know I got
No.
Guns of Icarus online in a Humble Bundle, so I don't need to do that.
You unlock this door.
Yes,
with
from
key
the
of imagination.
Yodcast one of 2017.
Neotide, do you really want to know my deep dark secret?
Fine, whatever, man.
Yes, then we can shut formula up about this forever.
Yeah, the longer you continue to pretend it's a big deal, is the longer he's gonna keep it on your head.
Yeah, true. Might as well work the band-aid off. It's high school DxD.
Whatever.
So,
Yeah, I kept telling him it's not a big
what-
deal.
What's there to not be? I mean, why?
It's kids, okay? Have
So?
fun with them.
Yeah, that's what they're for.
You know what? I will admit to a few games. Two things. I watched a almost hentai on Crunchyroll. It had an
actual ones.
uncensored view. It had an uncensored version. I can't remember the name of it. It was about the angel, Lucifer. All the devils are female. They all are kinky, and it's all about Lucifer as a former angel taking over hell. Right? It was an interesting watch, and I actually sought out the uncensored version because it made it better not having Crunchyroll's insane censorship
Unlock this door with
on
key
there.
of
Really probably not going to have been Crunchyroll's. It's probably going to be that Crunchyroll could only get a censored version.
No, it's added by Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll admits that they
Funimation is more open to uncensored stuff, but they can't always get it.
No, Crunchyroll will allow you to have certain things uncensored, but you have to be a premium member because you have
Got
to
it.
prove your age.
Well, the thing is, though, the provider still has to be willing to give them the uncensored version to begin with.
Yeah.
That's one of the anime I was looking for while I was guessing, because I thought it was fairly popular, but it's not really high on this list. And again,
Funny
it was
thing
it was called The
about
Seven
that
Deadly
is,
Sins.
yes, 7 Deadly Sins. There you go.
Yep,
funny
seen
thing
it.
about that is DxD is all about devils as well.
Yeah, 7 Deadly Sins was a decent little story. I liked it.
The dub was terrible, but
I watched the sub. I don't care. There's another one. I don't think it's on Crunchyroll. I think I watched this when Hulu was still free. It was about basically, how do I describe them? It wasn't Magical Girl, but it was sort of that. It was transforming. What are they called again? The mecha suits, but they're just person-sized. Power armor? Yeah. It was kind of like a power armor show about floating islands against a great enemy.
never heard of that one.
And
Out Neo.
what?
Hulu is still technically free. You just have to go to view.yahoo.com
I
instead.
hate review.yahoo.com. It's a terrible, terrible site.
Pay the fucking
the same
$11 to get it
fucking
without
thing.
ads.
It's literally the same thing Hulu was at the time they signed it all over.
This door is a dimension.
No, it is.
It baffles me that people can't pay the fucking $11 for Hulu. I could afford it. I'm fucking poor.
I'm also
I'm
paying
insane.
over $250 for cable, internet, and TV right now. I don't want to pay any more for entertainment.
There's your problem. You dump the cable, you keep the Hulu and the Netflix, and you're good.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
I'd love
loving-
to do that, but you know what's going to happen then? Crazy boys and a really pissed off mom. So
Okay. What do they? What do
You
they
know what
want?
you do then? You cut the cable. You pay like $20 a month instead for one of the TV over internet services.
Yeah, you can do that too.
the other issue is the only options here are AT&T, which we burned the bridge with, because we found out they were doing some really unscrupulous things trying to get us off the landline. Like, we found out that they never changed the bill for like 3 years when we were supposed to be paying $30 and Mom was still paying like $130 just for a single landline. But we burned our bridges with AT&T, and Comcast is the only other option here.
And unless you're within 30 minutes of the Comcast office, Comcast quality declines.
No, we have really good. We have good quality. It's just Comcast is always pushing it, and with all the net
I've never
neutrality,
had issues with Comcast, frankly.
with all the net neutrality shit, I'm not really in a hurry to get off their cable right now. Because one of the rumored plans is they're going to limit the speed of people who don't have their TV service.
Considering I pay $100 to get their top tier internet, they better not fucking.
Yeah.
I pay specifically for 100 megabit speeds.
You do realize
That is
that
my advertised speed.
net
That is what I
neutrality
get.
wouldn't have stopped that, right? That's basically a, hey, if you want our internet package,
yeah,
we'll give you a big
that's-
discount if you get our cable package. That's how they do it. Or we don't offer it unless you have this one.
No,
But then the
Well,
discount
done
ends up
nothing.
being that overall you're paying more even than you would be without just doing.
no,
doing the
that's
bundle.
not. They were going. The rumor that came out, because it was leaked, so it's probably not going to happen, was they were going to assess any customer that didn't have their TV service.
They already do that, Neotag, in some areas.
Also, under net neutrality laws, they still could throttle internet quite easily. It's called reasonable network management. It's actually one of the reasons why we should not have the
they got in trouble for doing that
FCC.
to fucking Netflix when Netflix first launched their
Actually,
digital service.
no. Netflix was given an opportunity to provide evidence, and it was turned out they lied. They slowed down their own service to to try and force the other companies to charge them less. All of this net neutrality stuff is a giant, not grassroots, it's astroturf. It's the big tech companies not wanting to have to pay more because they're using more internet.
Yeah.
Basically, that's the entire net neutrality. It doesn't need to exist because it would fuck over the consumer more than it would protect.
I 100 disagree with you, because net neutrality has existed as a gentleman's agreement for a while. That's one of the only reasons internet was not declared a utility. And it will, and if the companies keep doing this, it will be, because this is how other
The
utilities.
FCC will never actually do
We do need net neutrality, because just because we haven't had a problem yet doesn't mean we won't have
Except
an issue
we
if
have-
it's left open.
Except we
Well,
have had problems
and-
over the
and
years, and every
here's
time.
where
I should re-clarify. We haven't had widespread problems.
as long as it doesn't happen in my lifetime, I don't care.
Also, the
Fuck
law
the
that
children!
the law on the books would have done absolutely nothing because
I
it's
am
not
very
net
much.
neutrality.
I am very much in favor of just burning through all our natural resources here and now. Just fucking do it.
I kind of hate you, but at the same time, fair enough. Each their own.
You want to get that fucking alternative shit? You better do it fast, because we're gonna burn everything now. We're just gonna roll it all up and smoke it out of a giant plant.
Well,
Okay, here's
also-
another one. Were you ashamed of watching Angel Verte?
Never actually heard of it.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
We already answered your fucking question. What the hell?
I'm
Look, if
asking
you-
about other ones.
Have you heard of something called Strike the Blood? I'm mildly ashamed of that.
I don't think I ever watched that one.
What?
Strike the Blood. I actually even seeked
Never
out
heard
the
of it.
OVA, Strike the Blood 2, which was a series of OVAs. Near impossible to get subs of because only fan subs exist.
What about the Royal Tutor? I actually really liked that one,
Never
but
heard of
it was clearly boy love, even though every single male in that show had a girlfriend or had a girl they liked.
Yeah, when did that ever stop any of those shows?
Yeah, I know. It's like, no, it's boy love. I'm going, he's literally sleeping with 3 girls right now. How is this boy love? Shut up!
Baka.
Is it Des Ire? Is that one the Nazi one, which I literally cannot believe they're getting a second season?
I've heard the name, and I think I tried watching the first episode, but I lost interest very quickly.
Oh yeah,
Never heard of
it's magical Nazis. That's what it is.
That actually sounds hilarious and great.
It's all about magical Nazis trying to take over, trying to come back from like an alternate dimension or something, and this one kid who's the genetic offspring of like their god or something is like the key to everything.
You realize, Neotag, you're hitting like all the Cliff Note bullet points for like my best idea of a dumb binge watch anime, right?
Yeah, it's got 12 episodes right now on Crunchyroll, and it's getting another season this summer.
Neotag, I got a quick question for you.
Great.
Why am I suddenly getting visions of Hitler riding a unicorn?
Hitler doesn't exist. This is like the secret occult version.
Like that, you lost me. No.
Sorry, no, it's a group of like the most badass occult members that the Nazis had, and they decided, you know what? Fuck the Nazis. We're just using this to get bodies, because apparently their powers are leveled up by how many people they've killed. So like to give an example, every time they show off their strength, there's like a blood mist behind them with skulls, and each skull represents someone they killed. And the more skulls, the more powerful they are.
Okay, I can get behind this.
Collect all the skulls!
By the way,
Could be only one.
Neotag, I would like to bring to your attention a way to access the free version of Hulu that is Yahoo View without having to deal with their website.
Okay.
It is a program called Play On. It allows you to send shit like that to your PS3 or PS4 or other such devices.
Guess what I don't have anymore?
Thought you had a PS3.
Yeah, I had one, and then the Blu-ray laser went
Or
out.
insane man.
And then I had like 4 games on it too. So I kept it powered up for a while, and then I got sick and tired of playing the same 4 or 5 downloaded games over and over again. And then they closed down the PS Home thing. I was like, all right, that's it. I shut it down and put it in a box. If I can't play if I couldn't play my disc game, I didn't see the reason to have it plugged up.
You have a Roku?
Oh.
Do you have any kind of like mobile device like that?
No, not really.
Well,
I
you could
don't.
still run it through there on your PC.
Look, all right,
I got to have my Xbox, so I don't count that as anything anymore.
I'll be 100% honest with you, Formula. I don't want to watch Hulu anymore because every season I sit here on Crunchyroll and I take every anime that's new, not sequels that I have never watched, and I give them 1 episode. If I get a mild itch, if I get the slightest twinge that maybe I want to watch this, I give it 3 more. And I usually end up with 2, 3, 4 animes a day. That many times I don't have the time for.
But with Hulu, and hear me out on this because it's seriously one of the best things you could ever do. You could be watching 2, 3 episodes of Home Improvement and an episode of Frasier a night.
My answer for the Hulu thing is
Seinfeld, that matters.
Hulu has a lot of good dubs on it.
Again, here's the thing. Here's the thing. You love dubs. I like dubs.
Hold on.
Actually, no. Hulu doesn't
I
have
don't love dubs. I prefer
That
dubs when
sucks.
they're actually done okay. That's all that is.
So basically anything Funimation.
Here's
Yeah,
the
not
thing.
quite. They've had some dubs.
Anything Funimation has only subs on Hulu.
Because Funimation
Not
has
true.
an exclusive.
I know.
Funimation is Crunchyroll is trying to get an exclusive contract with Funimation. They've already gone into like a partnership twice
Again.
now.
Again, not true. There are plenty of Funimation dubs on Hulu.
Whatever.
Okay, name 5.
Off the top of my head, I can name Overlord and High School DxD, and I don't know the who dubs what well enough to go to actually.
Okay, I'll have you know because DxD's been sitting on my watch list forever, waiting to be started. It only has subs.
What the fuck is this? Oh, it's only got 12 episodes, but it's got a Portuguese, French, German, and Spanish stuff. That's why it says that 61 episodes. Okay.
Yeah, no, that messes with me sometimes on Hulu because Hulu does that whole like it has this many episodes. It counts both the dubs and the subs on things that have both.
Oh yeah, and also
So when it tells me Gundam Wing has like 100-something episodes, I'm like, oh, fucking shit.
This looks interesting. Legend says when the evil god awakens. I'm about to put this on my queue.
Though I don't think they'll ever do any more. Gargantia was a decent series.
Yeah, the 3 completed seasons of DxD are dubbed on Yahoo View.
Consider that one for a show, though.
I don't have time to look up everything, though.
Then
Because I'd love to watch more Soul Eater not besides like the first episode, but it's only on sub, and I really don't have a lot of time to watch things that are sub because when I multitask.
Let's see.
It's one of the big reasons I kind of stopped watching One Piece was just 'cause I just didn't have time to sit down and watch a subbed show.
to each their own. I really like One Piece, so I'm still watching.
I mean, so
I think
do
I've
I,
seen a
but
few
I
episodes
just
of it, and I'm never
don't
gonna
have time
watch.
to sit down and watch subs. Because I like to have my shows in the background while I play a game, and it's kind of hard to play a game and watch something that has subtitles.
That's kind of why I prefer dubs when they're actually decent.
I can do it if I'm watching 1 or 2 episodes, but with One Piece, because of how many episodes there are, I kind of have to watch it like 5, 6 in a chunk.
I wish there were more
a lot
episodes of Magi Brilliant.
That's a lot of time sitting there
That was a
just
good
reading subtitles.
series.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from, especially whenever I'm trying to play Stowe and listen to an episode of Game Center CX at the same time. It's just not possible.
I mean, I get what you're saying because that's how I've been listening to the TS stuff.
Whenever I watch them, I watch the Twitch archive, usually the night after they play, or the night that they play, the same night that they played earlier in the day, and I'll have my laptop on and I'll be having them on the background TV.
I think I'm gonna do that tonight since I downloaded Mordecai's Tome of Foes. I'm probably gonna go through that while I listen to them to their
You
latest.
gonna find that hippopotamus race and find that thing they sent you?
I mean, fine, but I'm
Sadly,
just
they're not playable.
what?
They're added the hippo better.
Fairy
Oh yeah,
Tail,
Tome of Foes apparently doesn't have any new races in it, from what I understand.
I'm okay with that. I am okay with the concept of D&D not having a lot of playable races.
I am as well. My
Having
only
more playable races has always caused more issues than good things with D&D.
I'm kind of okay with it. It's just I thought, from everything I learned, I thought Tome of Foes was gonna have more in it than just enemies.
No,
it
it's
was
basically
just-
Monster Manual 2, but they gave it a new name.
Yeah,
Which I'm totally okay with. giving
from
different
I heard, it was gonna be more than just the Monster Manual. But I'm okay with another Monster Manual for now.
For now.
Yeah, there actually are a lot of Funimation series on Hulu that are dubbed. I've already found My Hero Academia, Fairy Tail, Assassination Classroom. There's a lot of them.
Yeah, they don't have all of most of them. They, at the very least, don't have any active seasons, but they do have enough.
They're backlog.
Like the dub.
They have the backlog. Also, I'm sad. There's only 12 episodes of Amagi Brilliant Park.
I finally got through the other
I
day.
am disappointed that Hulu does not have Recovery of an MMO Junkie because that had a really good dub too.
Oh, I heard great things about it.
It's a.
But you don't need Hulu for that because it's actually all free through Funimation themselves. So.
Here's the problem I had with Recovery of an MMO Junkie. It's a good show, but it's the classic. This is a misunderstanding, or this is an awkward situation. It's that turned to 11.
Okay, so it's Bitter Virgin.
Here's the thing. It does it well.
Only without the daddy rape.
Unfortunately, I just recently, before I watched MMO Junkie, had tried to watch Gamers, which was a terrible anime. It had the same awkward misunderstanding and all that shit, but it didn't know how to resolve it. It really didn't. No, MMO Junkie was pretty good. Let's see here.
Oh
and its
god.
dub was even better,
Gross.
and thankfully, you can watch the whole dub free on Funimation.com, and I think that's why it's not on Yahoo View.
So I just found something disturbing about my race in 5A for Parn.
Okay.
I had imagined my old Elvish master was like a Fu Manchu, really old, really long hair, all that stuff. Apparently, 5e elves never look like they're past a 30-year-old human.
That's true of elves in almost every edition, Neotech.
Kind of.
No, I thought they got older
No,
as they got really old.
No, elves don't start to age until they hit venerable.
Yeah, then they kind of drop like a stone.
Yeah, they age like Asian women.
Hit menopause and then it's downhill. Then becomes Asian grandma.
And even then, when they hit venerable and they're like on the cusp of dying, they just turn to silver foxes.
Maybe some wrinkles.
Yeah, they basically all turn to Elmon at that point.
I mean, my main D&D character, he was trained by a venerable elf swordmaster.
Parn's 201 years old and he's still a youngin'. Because in 5e, elves go to the number they used was 700 years.
Oh,
but then it has flavor text that says, but some elves can live to even a century. So,
you mean millennium?
A millennium.
Neotech, in the latest episode of At the Table, Zito also casually dropped how big the world is by mentioning that only elves can circumnavigate the globe.
In other words, it takes hundreds of years to get around the
because they mentioned it to somebody, where it's like, if we want to avoid going there, because I think it was Eloy who joked, like, if we don't want to go there that way, let's just go back the other way. If we get lost, then we'll eventually get there. And then someone there jokes like, oh, if you did that, you'll all be dead. It takes 300 years to circumnavigate the globe. Also, that map they show, apparently that's just one part of the equator.
I mean, that's one way to make sure that they never... that's one way to make sure they never run out of...
And they established that without magic, going from one side of that continent to the other takes years.
I'm at the point where they're about to... I'm at the point where they're about to face the guy that turned everyone into deer.
Oh, the Wendigo?
Yeah, I'm at the point. Okay. I'm at the episode where that's about to happen.
This is where he's just gonna so casually drop in. You look over at Pliskin, and he's a shark man. Everyone's gonna be like, "What?" It's like, you never spent time with me. Why were we supposed to know?
Elves age kind of weird in Pathfinder 3.5. Takes them, 110 to become an adult, then they have like maybe 60 years before they become a middle age, then almost 100 years till old, then almost 100 years till venerable, then up to another 400 years before they die.
Yeah, sounds about right.
That's elf for you.
See, here's the thing. Parn didn't grow up with other elves except for like the leader of the conclave, so he doesn't know how to behave as an elf. He's just himself. And I like that.
Built that colony ship. Built the fuck out.
Oh, they did. No, they did add. They added more elf sub races. They've added sub races for several things now.
Does 5e still have the Eladrin?
Yes, that's what they added in this book. The Eladrin traits. Your charisma score increases by 1 phase step, and then, depending on the season, you have a special power.
Yeah, because in 4e they were just like, yeah, you can just play as an Eladrin. Because they basically did Eladrin as the high elves, the normal elves are the wood elves.
Yeah, they added Eladrin in Mordecai and Foes. They also added the Sea Elves and the Shara Kai. So, there you go.
The Eladrin are kind of racist in 4 and 5e, aren't they?
I don't know. Let me look, because I'm literally on the page with them.
I'm up at 5. I know 4 either. Not really. They have a bit of a smugness to them that's very high elfin, but I mean, unless you get to like the full on like Courts of Winter and Courts of Summer Eladrin.
Yeah. I'm thinking of the Gold and Sun Elves. Those assholes.
That fucking Amalur completely ripped off.
Okay,
Basically, the
apparently-
Nazis of the Elven world.
Apparently, they can change their form after a long rest now. So they could stay in a form they want, or they could change to any form they want. Autumn, winter, spring, or summer. So that's interesting.
Nice.
See, now this is the
Are
Raven
Drow a
Queen.
separate race, or are they considered a subset of elves?
They're in the player's handbook. They've got their own special little
Got it.
thing.
Because everyone wants to be Drits.
There it is. This explains Drow and all that bullshit. I don't need it. Someone asked about Eladrin. They're sea elves. They go into great detail about the elves now.
Nice.
I mean, they are basically like the most well interacted with Fae species.
Fair enough. No, it doesn't say any. It doesn't really say anything about them being, at least as far as I can tell, about them being super.
Must have been more of a house rule setup that a buddy of mine was running
Probably.
with. Yeah. Oh, because the thing is, if you read the description of Pathfinder elves, they're kind of assholes.
I mean, yeah, that's Pathfinder.
Wait,
That's how
that's not universal among all elves?
No,
No, not all editions either.
an air of. I mean, they even hesitate to use the word arrogance because that's not really how they describe it in the book. But elves have a sort of sense of. They kind of treat other species the way that a patient parent treats a child that they know is trying.
Alright, it opens it up. Alright, here's the thing. Because of their link to the primal elves, Eladrin tend to be hearty. I can't pronounce this. H-A-U.
I just said haughty.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Around other elves. They're proud of their heritage and equal proud of their ability to thrive in the Feywild. A land full of threats, blah 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 blah. Some Eladrin trade haughtiness for a tender kindness towards their elven cousins. In other words, it's up to how you want to play it. Do you want to be a prick, or do you not want to be a prick now?
But yeah, this is an actual line from Pathfinder elves. The elf often doesn't understand why his quote-unquote special friend is upset. The elf has noticed his friend is so much better than the rest of his kind.
I mean, that also just sounds like the Starfinder elf, but that is just Pathfinder in space. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pathfinder elves, most people play them as, I'm going exploring, and I don't really care. I'm an elf. But every once in a while, you get somebody who's like, elves are superior.
I mean, that's kind of where the snip their ears came from, and we all remember that.
Yeah. One of the
let's-
few species the elves have trouble with dealing with are humans. Because there's all those fucking half-elves running around now because of that.
I
Well,
love the indie post I found once that was literally just, what if humans are just dire halflings?
I like that. Ooh, dwarves got some love too. Nice. Let's see, what new dwarf subspecies do we have here? Okay, it talks about hill. Okay, we got the gold dwarves, shield dwarves, and gully dwarves are back in action for 5.8. Let's see, what are the differences?
Alright, with the anime
Drogar.
talk all died down, I'm gonna go relax before I head into work tonight. And Seawall,
Yes.
I told you I'd get you to admit it someday.
No one cares.
Kill you!
Yeah, no one gives a shit.
That's just a personal joke between me and him. So I'll see y'all later.
Yeah.
Have a good night, Form.
I don't think it could have
Actually,
been any more
honestly-
underwhelming if they tried.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe they... No, here they are.
It wasn't meant to be overwhelming or anything. It was just meant to get
It was,
Seawall to stop
it was
being a
even
pussy.
whelming, let alone overwhelming.
It was
Oh,
solely meant to
great.
get Seawall to stop being a pussy. The end. Goodbye.
Oh, great. Drogar. I can't pronounce them. They have their own entry as a playable character now. So Flux has for our new adventure that we're gonna go on, Flux has a fucking background for now. Innate magic users. Oh, nice. Let's see. I could have sworn there were some new dwarfs as well. Yeah, they mentioned gold dwarves, shield dwarves, and gully dwarves, but I don't see an entry for them. That sucks. I guess they decided not to. That makes me sad, because I was kind of looking forward to playing a shield dwarf, because I remember playing one a long time ago.
Well, I actually got to get going to bed. I've got to be up in 6 hours.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, have a good night, Seawall.
Don't die in your sleep. Or do. No one controls you.
Kind of wishing for it some of these days. I'm doing IT for the Navy, so...
Let's see here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nope, Drogar are the only ones that have a thing now, so they didn't make shield dwarves and gold dwarves a playable subrace.
That's fine.
But I want to play a gully dwarf. I want to be able to cower so strongly that everyone has to stop hitting me.
No.
Someone's talking, but we can't hear you. No, they've added new magical items. They're just got little side entries. Magical item, Greater Silver Sword. That's interesting. They added airships.
Good.
They officially, let's see, what race is this that controls them? Gith and their endless war.
Makes sense.
I was about to guess the airshipians.
It makes sense that the Gith have them because apparently they're at war against dragons. So, I mean...
That doesn't sound right at all.
I don't know. Apparently...
The Yankee and the Gazari's whole thing is that they were both once one race that was a slave to mind flayers. They rebelled from the mind flayers. One became chaotic, one became lawful. The chaotic one made friends with red dragons and now and is allowed to ride them in the battle. And the other ones just kind of went off and made monasteries.
Gith Yankee. Since winning their freedom from the Mind Flayers, can't pronounce it, has become corrupt raiders and destroyers. Under the rulership of the dread Lich Queen Valith. They dwell on the astral plane in the city of Kumnoth, a metropolis built on and in the corpse of a deity. Okay.
Yep, sounds about right. They live on a dead primordial in 4E.
No, that's apparently what they live on in 5E2.
But no, gods and primordials are two different things. Primordials are the elemental version of a god, basically. They're an elemental so old and ancient from the dawn of time that they are essentially as strong as a god. but are themselves not a god. They lack the divine spark of godhood. But they're so fucking strong and powerful that it doesn't really make much of a difference. Because 4E's whole thing was the war between the primordials and the gods over the material plane. Until eventually the material plane spawned the spirits, and the spirits are like, fuck off. Stop using us as a battlefield. Just stop.
I mean, their stats aren't bad, but their astral plane and flux, the planes don't exist in the world, so. Ooh,
yeah, their race's whole thing is that both races flux about the astral plane.
Yeah. Ooh, halfling and gnomes got a good their own chapter. So here's to looking for some better halfling and gnome stuff. I love the fact that gnomes weren't going to be a race, and then the backlash was so severe that now they've. It's funny. Now it's on voice activity, so I don't have to hold that damn button down. Let's see here.
That actually helps.
Nah, sometimes I don't want you fuckers hearing everything I'm thinking.
Ah. I've just been going by voice activity for so long, I've stopped caring about what actually comes out of my mouth at this point.
Ah, here we go, rock gnomes, because I heard they were going to get a rework because a lot of people felt their tinkerer skill was stupid.
In fact, I think their skill was not that great. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great.
It wasn't enough to have its own, like...
Yeah. Like, that could have easily just been, like, a random shit you could have done with a skill. You didn't need a racial thing for it.
Yeah. Doesn't look like they really gave them a rework, 'cause I'm not seeing any new stats or anything, just a lot of fluff. Apparently they're celestial toy makers sometimes.
Currently playing an old pinball table, and I keep thinking this artwork's it had to have been inspired by some D&D campaign.
Man, it's old enough that it actually would predate when that would inspire anything. It would instead have been inspired by some old sword and sandal novel, probably.
Yeah, possibly. I think this was 79. I need to look at the info.
They added deep gnomes are now playable.
Yeah, 79. It probably would have been appropriate for the time.
Not bad. And now it's on to the monsters. It's nice to see some of it get love. First thing is an Elip, a medium undead creature. Ah, here we go. We're starting to get into some lower level stuff. Interesting. Bone claws ready. So we have an official failed lich class now. That's interesting. If a wizard tries to become a lich and fails, it might become a bone claw. Not bad. We have Warforge. They're not called Warforge yet, but we have them. Cavalier Collector.
Cadaver collector?
Cadaver? Is that it? Yeah, Cadaver, I guess.
So it's basically a flesh golem, is what you're telling me.
No, it's made out of pure metal. Apparently, it collects the dead as it walks and has the.
Then it is not a Warforged. Warforged not made from metal.
Some are.
Nope. All Warforged are made from a living kind of wood. That's why they're able to. That's why they're able to have sentience and life.
Fair enough.
Right back.
God. We got clockworks, apparently. Gnomes created all of these, so I think there's room to have your Tinkerer gnome collect one, make one, I guess. Is there
Depends on what they are, because there's some clockwork shit from 4th and 3rd edition that are definitely not friendly.
Yeah, these apparently aren't friendly. Bronze Scout.
Oh, the Clockwork Horrors.
Yeah. Iron Cobra.
I honestly almost made an entire campaign based on them ravaging a kingdom.
Stone Defender, Oaken Bolter. There you go.
Yeah.
They've added 4 of them in here. Nice. Corpse Flower. Yeah, I'm not surprised to see you. Ooh, sounds like it's a good thing you never played your Warlock. They've added deathlocks into it. If you forge a pact with an evil deity and fail to live up to their wishes and die, you might come back as a deathlock.
That's kind of always been a thing in certain editions.
Oh, they really added 3 of them. Nice. And it's time for the demons, which I hear this section is really long. They added a ton of them. I'll be honest, I love looking at the artwork for these creatures more than anything else.
Get ready.
Keep passing cars. Let's start.
That's a creepy fucker, the Sybarix.
I like to go fast. Drink more. Let's start.
No wonder they are challenge ranking 18. Should be.
Right on. Checkpoint. Keep passing cars. Let's start.
There's those super high challenge ranking monsters I wanted to see. Challenge ranking 23. And again, it is a demon lord, so. Oh Lord, Jublix is back.
Jublix will never go away. Jublix is a major thing.
I know.
I find it weird that my fungoid race is having both arms.
But we eat the plant life. We don't care, we need more! But why are we growing things? We consume on the dead. Shut up.
Maybe that's what we're farming. They're all just livestock farms with mass slaughters going on so we can just absorb the death meats. My new headcanon now.
Time over. Rank C. Up 50. Automatic transmission. mode. Flash wave.
And now it's time to read about the devils. Which I hear have gotten a lot of talk over since this has come out.
Yeah.
Checkpoint. I want to go far away. Checkpoint. What fun!
I'm gonna pop off. See ya.
So, yeah. I'll be honest, I think I'm about to go too. What time is it? Oh, crap, it's already midnight. Pepper's left, see you later.
Have a good night, man. Pause the game for a second. If anybody's still in the stream room, I'm gonna head over over onto my server. Because it looks like this party's dying down, and I'll be honest, I just needed some company because I have surgery in the morning. Yeah, I have surgery. I have to have a probe shoved down my throat first thing in the morning.
I'm here.
Yeah. I just needed to have like a probe shoved in down my throat first thing in the morning, so I'm just getting some enjoyment in before I have to go in for that. Anything to keep my mind off of food and water.
Well, let's do something.
Let's go.
Well, I am doing just that.
What are you doing?
While everybody was talking D&D, I was playing Pinball Arcade, and now I'm playing Outrun.
Checkpoint. How far are you gonna take me?
I have to say, I have a special love for Outrun 2. And while I love the first game, I love the second game more. Mostly because of how far they've expanded the game.
Cool. Is this the first one or the second one you're playing?
This is the second one.
Cool. I'm here for you, boy.
Aw, thank you. Yeah, it helps to have somebody in the passenger seat.
Checkpoint.
Especially if I'm trying to do a 15 continuous course.
You passed the rival.
And there will be more. Although it kind of helps to have a rival in front of you, just so you know when to engage your drifting, to take the really, really sharp corners. And you can actually tell that when there's huge smoke trails right behind your rival. It's like a dead giveaway. Hit the drift button, that kind of thing.
Next rival up ahead.
Yes.
Checkpoint.
Can you make it to the end?
Oh god, the emulation for the canyon levels is just horrible.
It's flashing!
There's so much clipping involved with the camera and the rock face.
The emulator says I can't take this.
It's trying to exist.
Ooh, you got two more rivals up ahead. Two rivals in front of you.
Checkpoint.
Next stage you chose is Lost City.
I didn't really choose it. It's like I said, it's a 15 continuous course. Unlike the actual Outrun games where you can choose which way you're going to go, you're going to the next one regardless of which way you go.
It seems it's not loving the clouds. It seems it wasn't loving the clouds as well.
As you can see, both paths lead to the upcoming casino town. I was about to go chase that rival, but I had already reached the fork, and I couldn't pass anymore.
Well, you can't pass that rival. You might find another rival up ahead.
Are you gonna give up?
I really hate Casino Town.
Too bright?
No, the turns are way too sudden, and they don't give you a whole lot of time to speed through it.
You can do it!
If you think so, I have my doubts. As you can see from the timer.
You made it through.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Game over.
I mean, it was worth a shot, but yeah, that could have went better.
Oh well.
Oh well.
You gonna retry?
I'm gonna do standard outrun mode. Choose your car. I think I will go with the. What do you think? Should I go with the Enzo or the maybe the Barchetta? Maybe the F40, the 512 BB, the 250 GTO. The 288 GTO. The classic Testarossa.
I don't know.
There's the Super America, the F30, 355 Spider, the 360 Spider, the F50, the 365 GTS, the Dino 246 GTS. Take one last pass around. I need something that's got good speed and acceleration and handling. There's got to be something that's balanced. Unfortunately, there's two cars that I can't access because it requires save data from Outrun 2 for the PS2.
Just pick a car. I don't know which one's better.
Pick a car, any car.
That's pretty much how I'm going with it because I have no idea.
Alright, let's go with the classic Testarossa.
Get ready.
Can you do it?
Come on, get out of sand. There we go.
You got yourself into the sand. It's your fault.
Yeah.
Me. You said National Park was a better option.
Checkpoint. I want to go far away.
Wait a minute. National Park is based off Yosemite.
Is it?
Looks like it.
Might be heavily based on it.
Well, the mountain that's at the start kind of Kind of reminded me of Half Dome in.
Ah! I turned too late.
Make your decision. And you chose Big Force.
I did.
What fun! Checkpoint! How far are you going to take? Are you going to give up?
Am I gonna give up, the girlfriend asks. No, of course not. And that's an awful big pipeline. What if it's like the one in Alaska?
It could be Siberia for all you goddamn know where each level's based off of.
That's a very good point.
Because all you know is this is a snowy place where a lot of oil is being refined, so you got some place choices. Next up is Milky Way.
I want to go ahead! Are you
Ow.
going to give up?
That hurt.
It's based on Cape Canaveral! And wow, did you go flying.
God, these turns are murder.
What are you doing?
You're on the final level. You have 20 seconds.
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Stop smashing. You made it with 1 second to spare. Feel like doing a different game?
I'm gonna try the 15 course one more time.
Okay.
This time I'm going to get the 550 barchetta. Give it a little magical sound shower for once. Next up is the Deep Lake. If I could stop bouncing against the walls like a pinball machine.
Checkpoint. I want to go far away.
Once again, really bad graphical glitches there. Next up, Alpine.
Checkpoint. What fun! Checkpoint. How far are you going to take me?
One kind of has to wonder, what the hell kind of castle is this?
Are you going to give up?
I am not sure. All I can gather is Middle Ages, but not something like you find in Liechtenstein or Eastern Europe.
Yeah, I was gonna say, even German castles weren't this elaborate.
I wasn't going to say elaborate, because I know by the style of castles this has to be earlier than earlier Middle Ages or whatnot.
Checkpoint. I want to go ahead.
Ah! Ow! Ow! Remind me to never go driving through Holland.
No, it's more your fault. And also video game driving game logic. And you take the desert.
Checkpoint.
I didn't take it, I was kind of stuck with it.
You got. Oh. Right. you
Yeah,
got
the
that.
15 is a preset series of courses.
And you got desert. Which they initially went for Egypt and ran away.
Are you going to give up?
Oh, that's gonna cost you.
Yeah.
Well,
Off to the Cloudy Highlands.
Checkpoint. Are you going to give up?
Okay, why would my lady friend ask me if I'm gonna give up after a simple crash? As if I'm just gonna let go of the wheel.
Checkpoint.
I have no idea where to interpret this place is.
My guess, possibly Russia.
But then you also got parts of America, maybe parts of Britain.
Checkpoint.
Spooky!
Checkpoint.
No!
Do it.
Come on, give me just enough time to finish this. I must make it to the Tulip Garden!
Checkpoint.
Ah.
Are you going to give up?
You made it?
Yes!
Hey,
What's up?
well,
Are you going to let him get away with that?
the cancer has gotten him. Gold Biscuit died today.
Ah!
What?
Say what now?
Gold Biscuit died today.
Oh,
His cancer has consumed him.
that sucks.
Well, it was eventually going to happen.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's one of those things where you have to hold out some kind of hope.
I'm sorry.
I say this because, well, I'm speaking from experience.
I know.
For those that aren't aware, my mother passed away of pancreatic cancer. It was just last year. So hearing this, it's just it brings back a little bit of painful memories.
I'm sorry.
I'm not gonna let it affect my driving if that's what you're concerned about.
No, I'm more saying bringing back painful memories. I'm sorry. I didn't know. No, didn't think it would have.
I mean, I knew he was dying of cancer. I wasn't sure what kind, but just knowing that was the case, yeah.
Yeah, well, at age 33, today was the cancer was too much.
Yeah.
Well, according to his YouTube channel, the last game he got to review was something called Octogenon.
I got a lot further than last time though, so I'm a little pleased with myself. But it wasn't as good as it could have been.
Oh well.
Oh well.
Want to do something different?
I think I got enough of me for one more game.